Kepada Aprilia bisa.
Hello everyone, my name is Aprilia, can call me April. I'm 16 years old and I'm from class 10-1. First of all, let us give praise and thanks to Lord Jesus Christ for His love and grace, so that we can gather in school in good health and good joy. Nevertheless, the honorable principal, the honorable teacher, respected company, and all of my friends. On this occasion, I would like to deliver a short speech with the theme, Learning for a Better Tomorrow. On this, my dear friends, we all surely have dreams. Some want to become doctors, teachers, soldiers, even astronauts. But all of these cannot be achieved without effort, without learning, and with the spirit to move forward. Education is the key to unlocking to jar the future. The knowledge we learn be proficient in the future. Therefore, never be lazy to study. Use your time wisely to read, listen to the teacher, and do simultaneously. Don't forget to pray, because knowledge will be more meaningful if we have a good heart and noble character. Respect the teacher. Thank you for the knowledge and passion you always give to us. I hope we can become children who make you proud. That's all for my speech. I hope you usable and serve as a reminder for all of us. Shalom.
Good morning, and best wishes to all of us. Honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Maitasia from grade 12-2. Before we begin, let us give thanks and praise to God for the gift of health and the opportunity to be here together in this activity. It is a great honor for me to stand here and deliver my speech with the theme, Building a Better Future Through Education. Ladies and gentlemen, the future is not something we simply wait for. The future is something we build. And the strongest foundation for that future is education. To better understand this, let's look around our school and see how students act every day. Here in our school, we often see two kinds of pictures. On one side, there are students who study with discipline, who respect their teacher, and who make us proud. But on the other side, sometimes we also see friends who come late to school, who lose focus in class, or who make noise in class when the teacher is teaching. My friends, these two pictures are like two roads. One road leads to a future full of success, while the other road leads to regret. And the bride that decides which road we take is education. But education is not just about grades, diplomas, or medals. It is about learning discipline, respect, and responsibility, because knowledge without character, it's like a tree without roots. It will not stand strong in the storm of the future. If we want to build a better future, we must first build better students today. That means not only learning mathematics and science, but also honesty, kindness, and cooperation. It means caring for our classroom, respecting our teachers, and supporting one another. Imagine this: a school where students walk in with spirit, where discipline grows naturally, and where learning is like an adventure. That's not just a dream. That is kind of school that builds the future. So, my friends, let us make choice today. Let us choose the route that leads to success. Let us build our future with education. An education that shapes not only our minds, but also our hearts and character. Because the future of our nation does not begin in the offices of ministers or in tall buildings, but right here, in our classroom, in our choices, and in us. Thank you for attention and good morning.
Tepuk tangan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To the respected principal, honorable teacher, and the dedicated school staff, as well my estimate senior and my estimate senior and dear classmate and my beloved juniors. But first, before we into the speech, let me introduce myself. My name is Adehima Wijaya, and I am from 11-2. And I want to say sorry because the last time I'm speech, I forget to introduce myself. Now, with the speech. Education is the foundation of our nation. Every child, no matter how they came from, carries within them like a potential, but too often, some children are left behind by poverty, by circumstance, or by unequal opportunity. We cannot allow this if we believe in equality. No child left behind in education must be our mission, not just slogan. Our nation history has shown the power of education. Ki Hajar Dewantara on said, ing ngarsa sung tulada ing madya mangun karsa tuturi handayani. It means in prom a teacher must set a good example. In the middle they must encourage and build spirit, and from behind they must give support and motivation. These words remind us that education is not only about knowledge but also about guidance, encouragement, and improvement. It is not just responsibility of teachers, but all of us parents, communities, and leaders to make sure no child left behind. Imagine the strength of a nation where every child given the chance to learn, to dream, and to achieve. When one child left behind, we all fall behind. But when every child is lifted, Indonesia rise together. So let us commit ourselves today to guide, to support, and to empower our child, because they are not only the hope of tomorrow, they are builders of today. Thank you for letting me speak. I am Adehima Wijaya. Thank you for giving me opportunity to speak. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Tepuk tangan untuk
Good morning, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friend. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Pentia, and I'm from class 12-1. Today, I feel truly honored to stand here and share my thoughts on a theme that I believe can shape the future of every person. Education changes lives. Education is more than just learning facts or memorizing lessons. It is the key that opens doors to opportunities, the bridge that connects dreams to reality, and the light that quits us through to darkness of ignorance. Without education, we may have dreams, but we might not have the tools to achieve them. Through education, people discover their potential. A child in a small village can grow up to become a doctor, a teacher, or an innovator who changes the world. Education teaches us not only about science, mathematics, and language, but also about values such as respect, responsibility, and perseverance. For me, education is not just a path to success. It is a chance to improve not only my life, but also the lives of my family and community. With education, we can break the cycle of poverty, inspire others, and make a positive difference in our society. So, my dear friends, let us value every lesson we learn, every book we read, and every opportunity we are given. Because when we choose to educate ourselves, we are choosing to change our life for the better. Thank you for your attention. And let us always remember, education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone! On this happy occasion, I would like to deliver my speech with the theme, The Power of Education. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bayu Febrian. I am from grade 10-3. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that education is not just about studying in the classroom, reading books, or doing exams. Education is a great power that can change a person's life and ever shape the future of a nation. Just imagine, without education, it will be difficult for us to understand the world. Education opens our eyes. Teaches us how to think critically, builds our characters, and gives us the ability to face life's challenges. Great figure of the real proof of the power of education, our first president Sukarno once said, "A great nation is a nation that respects its heroes, and our heroes became great. One of the reasons was because of the knowledge they had from education. Leaders, scientists, doctors, teachers, and many other professions were born to benefit society." My dear friends, education is also the most powerful weapon to fight poverty and ignorance. With education, a child from a simple family can dream of becoming a doctor and an engineer or even a president. With education, we can improve our quality of life, not only for ourselves, but also for our family, communities, and our beloved country. However, the power of education does not only come from school, it also comes from the spirit of learning that never fades. We can learn from teachers, from experience, and even from failures. The most important thing is our willingness to keep learning. Ladies and gentlemen, let us reflect for a moment. We who are sitting in the school today are actually holding the key to the future. If we make the most of this opportunity to learn, the doors of success will be open. But we waste education, then the key will be lost. Therefore, let us appreciate education, study diligently, respect teachers, and ask the knowledge we gain for good. Because in the end, it's not about how much knowledge we have, but how much benefit we can give through the knowledge. My friends, allow me to close this speech with the saying, knowledge is a light, and education is the lantern that lights that light. Let us keep this lantern of education so that our lives and our nation will always shine brightly. That's all from my speech. I apologize for any mistakes. Thank you very much.
Tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk
Guys! Good morning, my teacher, and good morning, my friend, everyone today. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Let me introduce myself. My name is Denny Sahril, a 12th grade student. Dear principal, teacher, and my friends, first of all, allow me to express my gratitude to God Almighty for His grace and blessing, which allow us together here today for this speak contest. Ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, I would like to deliver a short speech entitled The Importance of Education in Our Lives. Education is a long-term investment that we must manage and prepare and well as possible in order to achieve a better life and future. Therefore, education has now become an obligation for all of us to pursue, as it can improve to lives and help us achieve a brighter picture. Unfortunately, there are still many obstacles that hinder the development of education. In this modern era, many students have become lazy and tend to ignore the importance of education. For example, many spend too much time on their cell phones, becoming addicted to games, which reduces their spirit of learning and becomes an obstacle to achieving success in life. Therefore, let us start with small steps such as being active in activities that sharpen our knowledge, increasing our enthusiasm for learning, and making education our top priority. Top priority. Let us use our time wisely to seek knowledge and not allow anything to hinder our learning. By actively participating in the education activities, we can build a strong spirit of learning, realize our dreams, and contribute to the progress in our nation. That is all the speak I can deliver. I secretly apologize for any shortcomings Thank you for your kind attention. Hopefully, what I have shared today can be usable for all of us. Before I end, let us remember this. Education is not just about knowledge. It is about building character, shaping our future, shaping our future and creating a better nation. So, let us never stop learning because learning is the key to success and the key to life itself. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone.
Tepuk
First and foremost, I would to like to pay my respect to honorable principal and the estimate judges and my teacher. My name is Christian Pagesi and I'm proud to present my grade is 11-2. Today I want to talk about something that has power to change life. Knowledge for all. Knowledge is like a key. It opens doors to new ideas, help us solve problems, and give us power to dream bigger. But there's the truth. Knowledge should never be limited to just a few people. It should be for everyone, everywhere. No matter who they are, where they come from. Imagine a world where every child, whether in a bustling city or a quiet village, has the chance to learn, boys and the girls, rich or poor. It doesn't matter. When knowledge is shared equally, a great world that's not just smarter, but fairer and kinder. But making this happen, there's more than just school and books. It's about action, helping each other, teaching what we know, and sharing ideas. Even the smallest effort, like explaining something to a friend or lending someone a book, can make a huge difference. So, let's start today. Let's share what we know and what makes learning easier for everyone. Together, we can create a world where knowledge is truly belong to all of us. Because when we learn together, we grow together. And that's secret to building a bright future for everyone. Thank you, and let's make knowledge for all.
Helena. Ya, tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk Helena. Dewan juri yang terhormat, ini dia peserta terakhir kita untuk lomba pidato yaitu Helena. Are you ready? Oke.
Good morning, everybody. The Honorable Mr. Sabidin, as the principal of SMA Negeri 1 Silungurai, the Honorable all teachers and staff of SMA Negeri 1 Silungurai, and all my beloved friends. My name is Helena Talientani, and I'm from class 10-1. Today, I will deliver a speech entitled Education, the Key to Our Future. On many occasions, we hear the term education, but what is education? How important is education to our country and ourselves as students? Well, to answer the first question, education refers to a process by which a person develops their skills, attitudes, and values. Many times, we associate this term with the school. However, we must also take into account the education is not exclusive to this institution, but also it is up to the family and even
to the friendships with whom we live together day by day. That's why we can say that we can get to inform each other. There's a phrase that I like very much and I find it very true. If the people of the country care about their education, it shows that they love their nation. It is said that in order for a country to prosper, it needs education. But why? Ladies and gentlemen, we study not to go to the graduation ceremony and hang our picture on the wall of our house. Not less, not to show off to our friends. We study to practice and to acquire knowledge and to do the real people used to the real life situations. Education brings us to many benefits, such as confidence in ourselves, freedom to decide, conscience as a whole, help us to inform ourselves, to feel qualified, to feel that we are something in life and that we have an for which to live. But it's not the only satisfaction that education gives us. But when we achieve a better quality of life, when we want to buy a dress, shoes, food, or anything else, we need a work, which currently is not so easy to find unless we don't have an education. It is said that the future of our country is in the hands of the children, and as the children in this country, we must try hard to achieve that. That's why today I invite all the audience here to reflect on the importance of education. We have to take advantage of this chance to be able to go to school to study. We much appreciate the effort that our parents make to send you to school. And think that there are many children who would like to study, but for some reason, they cannot do it. Finally, ask yourself, without effort in education, how do we want to inform ourselves? How do we want to live better? In short, how do we want a better country? Therefore, education is an important part of our life as well, as an essential part to develop better future for the country. So, this is the end of my speech today. I have shown the point that I have conveyed today, making more afraid to our chance to be able to have the education at school and make us study more diligently for both our countries and our own future. I thank you for your attention and good morning.